Alrighty, the next Manderville quest is the Measure of a Mammet, given to us by Hildebrand in the Jeweled Crozier of Ishgard, level 60. Here we go. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildebrand, guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son. That's the spirit. Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead. He nods. Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that Mammet. We should begin by speaking with the sentries stationed at the city gates in the airship landing. If, Fury help us, he has left Ishgard, we need to know about it sooner rather than later. I will visit the Ark of the Worthy, while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory, after which we will regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed. Okay. Yeah. Nice to take the lead, I guess. I don't know. I am actually just let's try this. I basically never do this. The word basically is very important in that sentence. It would make much more logical sense to say I very, 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 very infrequently do this. I can count on one hand the number of times I've done it. You see with the chocobos again? Oh, no, we're just talking to a guard, sorry. Herewart. Nice name. Cutscene. We're outside of the Sky Steel manufactory right now. I'm explaining the situation. Little fella with a wide-brimmed hat. He came through here. Bought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. One of them was named Lalafels, right? Funny little buggers. Seemed keen to be anywhere but here. I give him a nod. Seer, Hildy, Nashu, join us. Well, if Gigi has left the city, it was not by the main gates. And the sentries of the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. I explain what I found just now. Falcon's Nest, Fury take me, must we return to that freezing pit of despair? Wheresoever Gigi goes, I will follow him and find him and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there is but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the winds. Nashu claps. I look shocked. Seer shakes his head and like, what? Really? Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when last I saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was, in fact, a Mammet. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Corthus, that famous breeding ground for heresy, where first we found him. Home to his heretic masters, to share with them the intelligence he had gathered on the city. At long last, undeniable, the unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. That was him sniffing. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch. He goes walking, though. Nashu's just staring. Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl. He nods. It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Until such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him round to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu. That is the Manderville way. Yeah. Nashu nods. Good stuff. Good writing. Fun times. Alright. Back to Falcon's Nest we go. Can I jump down here? Yes, I can, you know. That was dumb. Don't worry about it, though. Ho ho. Chocobo butt flying to Falcon's Nest. Look at the butt of a chocobo. Can't get that low, though. Ho ho. Did I take my vitamins today? I feel like I did, but I also feel like I didn't. That sucks. Luckily, they're just your basic multivitamins, and who frickin' knows if they're actually doing anything for me. I take a B complex vitamin with magnesium to help me sleep as well. Who knows if they're doing anything? I mean, yeah, who knows? Here are some footprints with, we'll talk to Seer first, though. Aha! I knew it. The Mammet immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, of insight? Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her grandpa might like to see that trick of hers. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The selfsame ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father? What a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons. Nashu gives her a little cheerful pose. I really can't be bothered, says Seer, turning to me, but he goes. We leave the footprints behind. Take the bullets away! Boom, 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 boom. I should actually, let me make a note of something. Has, okay, let me move this for a second. Has anyone done a statistical analysis of FF12 weapons to find which ones do the most damage at each level's the wrong word. Extensive statistical analysis and damage per second testing have been done on Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, as the game features highly varied formulas that make raw attack power misleading. The consensus among analysts is that combos and attack speed matter more than raw damage in the late game. While guns are dominant, really, in the early to mid game because they ignore defense. There's not that much defense you need to ignore. I have not found guns to be dominant at all. This seems like a bad AI answer. The Kumba, the one-handed katana, is widely considered the best non-secret, non-elemental weapon when paired with the Genji gloves. The high combo rate allows it to out-damage almost everything else. And then that's an invisible bow. The Excalibur, great sword. I already know that's going to be great. Holy damage is pretty damn good in the game. The Kanya pole. Good combo rate and pretty high damage. 108 attack power. And because it targets the magic defense. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that's the kind of damage that... I have Pinello as my monk / black mage, or black mage / whatever. It's not bad. The tracks continue to the north. And the gun with top tier ammo. The Mithuna. Alright, we find Gigi, who is face down in the snow. We find Godbert, and I believe this is his wife. Yeah, having a snowball fight. Godbert's like, come now, you must do better than that. He's doing squats. Careful, my dear, that was a bit below the belt. And there are also around them some knocked out, like, Steinbocks, which are kind of like caribou or deer. We'll talk to Gigi, face down in the snow, to continue. The Mammet lies motionless in the snow, fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. The snowballs of the the Mandervilles, would be pretty deadly. I give him aid. We have a cutscene. Hug, my head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. I give him a nod. The other three come rushing up. Oh, Gigi, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you are unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks. These dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi, we Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst into the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions, several times from malms above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. Nashu gives her little happy cheer thingy, and Hildy laughs. Seer looks very exasperated, shaking his head, stumbling a bit. I expect the earth was no less brilliant for the experience. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he? Godbert is doing squats out of vision of Seer, and the heads of both Nashu and Hildy are like following his squatting. Seer turns, sees him, is a bit nervous or shocked, whatever. What good fortune to cross paths with you lot so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us? Nashu gives a little cheerful thing. Grandpapa Godbert, says Gigi. Mama Nashu says you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life, make me a real boy. Shock from everybody but Godbert. Cutscene goes black. Continues. Camera goes from like the blue sky kind of over the mountains and hilltops of snow and ice. Gigi is atop a small rock. Godbert looking at him. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little. I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy. Godbert nods. Goes almost naked again. Seer very smartly starts backing up this time. But the rest of us aren't. In fact, Hildy is standing right behind him. Godbert takes a knee in the snow, an almost naked knee, has his golden hammer out, like a blacksmithing kind of hammer, and a nail in the other hand. Then let us begin. Oh God. Gigi is now... has the black mage hat, the yellowish black mage hat. It's like a yellow brown, whatever. But all the clothing is gone, except for he has kind of purpley blue versions of Godbert's underwear. That's it. The rest of his body is like purely black, like a mammoth, really. This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you. Oh, but I have not even begun to begin. Bayergott, guide my hammer. He raises his hammer to the sky, and the sun glints off of the... Oh. And then his hammer grows into a two-handed maul hammer, whatever. And he's like, bang, 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 like he's jumping in the air, spinning around. Nashu, at the same time, is like spinning in place on the ice with a hand in the air, like an ice skater, figure skater. But yeah. Godbert did a bunch of like like hammer attacks from various angles. The last attack knocked as Hildy was standing very close, knocked Hildy away onto his butt in the snow, quite a ways away, like maybe in half a football field. Gigi is now still entirely black body. Still the purple-blue underpants, short kind of things, but is jacked, like jacked human body. Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. They go running to each other. Slow motion. Dun 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 dun. Papa Hildy. I gotta figure out how to get his voice now. Papa Hildy. Gigi. Dun 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 dun. Nashu is getting all teary-eyed. Boom. They're still running to each other in slow motion. Hildy spreads his arms wide, high-stepping. Gigi just kind of continues running normally, but jumps a little bit into the air, pulling his fist back, and then gets into like a discus, kind of. Oh, he clotheslines Hildy. So they both... So, like, if you don't know what a clothesline is, he extended his arm, caught Hildebrand in the neck, and both of their legs go flying in the direction they were running. Hildebrand's face is all mushed up from the clothesline. They're both falling to the snow. Hildebrand gives a very, like, exultant, large, open-mouthed smile. There's a huge explosion of snow, like a mushroom cloud of it. We're all shielding our eyes from the mushroom cloud, or a couple of us are, myself and Seer. And then the massively muscular Gigi starts doing a Manderville dance, while Hildy is once again buried, head down in the snow, only legs and waist poking out, sticking up. Now that brings back some memories, says Godbert, sniffling. Gigi turns to Hildy. Papa Hildy? Oh dear, who could have done such a thing? Gigi looks around panicked. Looks at his buff muscles. And then there's like some white motes. And then this like magical kind of circle of diamonds circles around him, shrinking him back to what he was and clothing him in the same clothing he used to have. By the Fury, it's just like the vase all over again, miraculously restored to its original form, says Seer. Gigi kind of looks away from Hildy a bit, head down a bit. The camera once again pans from the beautiful blue sky and the mountainy, cold terrain. Hildy pulls himself from the snow this time. Gigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable. And much more adorable, says Nashu. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a Mammet? Hildy looks a bit like shocked and sad at this, but gets up from his butt, smiling. Is that what's been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? Starts to do his posing. A Manderville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a Mammet, you look them in the eye and say, Nay, I am a Manderville Mammet. Gives his twinkling smile. Gigi starts doing the posing as well. Freaking adorable. With staff in hand the whole time, by the way. His little curled, gnarled staff. Nashu gives some claps. Gigi approaches Godbert. Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Manderville. Ye gods, I knew he was fond of the Mammet, but did you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son, says Godbert. Grandpapa Godbert, Gigi says, hopping with joy. Ha! It all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julian. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Ha ha ha, says Mandy. He and Godbert start laughing. Julian starts walking away. Seer watches her go, suspicious. Or, now very shocked, actually. But why? Oh, because she has a giant skillet in her hands. She's glowing red and black energy. Her eyes are red. Kind of like with all the warrior quests when they couldn't control their inner beast. She's saying, "And what's so bloody grand about it?" Wicked smile. The Godbert men turn away from her again and start sprinting in their normal Mandervillian super sprints. Across the snowy terrain. Down hills, up hills. Like giant two-handed skillet. Nashu starts jumping for joy, so as does Gigi, watching them go. Julian just kind of approaches me, but has sheathed the giant skillet behind her back. I'm talking like cast iron. Still glowing, red dark energy, still eyes glowing red. "I'll not be made a grandmother to a bloody buggering Mammet. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy." Oh. Seer is cowering in fear. "Fury take me. I'd heard the tales of dark nights before, but no, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something far worse. Heretical, like as not, but rules be damned. I'm not risking my life to find out." Still shaking. The camera pans up to the beautiful blue sky and the mountains and snowy stuff and all that stuff and stuff. We talk to Seer to continue. Cutscene again. He is out of his panic. "They're mad, utterly mad, the whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence I will never understand." Well, at least the Mammet seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't know a Mammet could even have an existential crisis. I nod. Wait, what am I saying? It's a Mammet. Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? He looks down, turns away. "Fury, take me. Their idiocy is infectious. I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior. One step at a time. One step at a time." He goes running. I just have a smile on my face and nod as he goes. Just here for it. Atop a mountainy kind of hill, snowy hill, icy, whatever. We see 3 black-robed figures, but we only see them from, like, thigh down. And they turn from watching us and they leave. 79? 74. 74 Guild Teleport. It's a favored destination, and it is currently reduced rates from the Free Company. And once again, Sears to the north for the turn-in. Right then, my superiors, having been informed of the Mammet's adoption by House Manderville, as witnessed by House Fortom, proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation, in quotes. They remain convinced that the Mammet is the product of heretical machinations and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. Incontrovertible, yeah, I said it right. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville Mammet, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say there is something exceedingly unusual about that Mammet. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase, and itself, to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I have ever seen before. 1054. Gil for the reward. The quest is over. I will continue right after I post it. We have a little extra cutscene. Yeah, it's one of those. I said comic book, but like it's you see the Nashu, and you see Hildy, and you see Seer, and you see Godbert. You see a couple Corbin mobs and just like black kind of. We saw the vendor with the vase. We saw Julian. And that's it for this quest and video. I will see you soon for the next one. Seer and I thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. As does Alpha, Wind Up. And we'll hope to see you next time. Bye-bye for now.